As car enthusiasts, driving on roads that prove to be a challenge is always a task worth attempting. Imagine driving along a scenic route, enjoying the views, when around the bend, the road narrows, and the strong winds plummet your car off the edge. I have accumulated our own lists of the world's most dangerous roads, and they may very well kill you. These dangerous roads around the world will get your adrenaline pumping, so fasten your seatbelts, you're in for a ride. But, before turning on the ride, subscribe to the channel now, and don't forget to press the bell icon for the latest updates. Canning Stock Route, Australia. This road certainly doesn't offer much in the way of views. There's dust, and more dust, and hardly any road signs to point you in the right direction. This 1,150-mile-long track in Western Australia is regarded as the world's most remote road, and you'll need 3 weeks to drive it from start to finish. Doing this road trip during the warmer months is almost impossible due to the searing heat, and drivers are advised to travel in multi-vehicle convoys. The road is in a bad state of repair, which is why drivers are urged to leave room not just for food and drink but for spare parts. Atlantic Road, Norway. This twisting ribbon of coastal concrete might look beautiful, but don't be fooled, it's one of Norway's most dangerous roads when the wild Atlantic comes too close. Drive along with it, and you'll feel as though you're on a roller coaster ride, thanks to the sharp turns, curves, and twists. When the weather's bad, though, as it often is in this part of the world, visibility can disappear in a matter of seconds. And then you've got huge, thundering walls of water which regularly crash over the road's barriers. Sichuan Tibet Highway, China. The constant threat of rock slides, mudslides, and avalanches would make any road one of the most dangerous roads in the world, but add in treacherous switchbacks on cliffs and winding through peaks, and you have the 1,330-mile Sichuan Tibet Highway connecting China with Tibet. The statistics of fatalities are staggering, with 75 of every 1,000 losing their life on this road, built nearly 3 miles above sea level in the early 1950s while passing Buddhist monasteries and herds of yaks. Before you find yourself in this situation. Kahekili Highway, Hawaii. These 20 miles of one-lane road are framed by a rock on one side, and sheer cliff drops on the other. It's as stunning as it is terrifying for nervous drivers heading from Kapalua to Wailuku. The legendary Kahekili Highway is famous for snaking turns and narrow passages. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Similar to the Guoliang Tunnel in China, Taroko Gorge Road is one of the most dangerous roads in the world because it is carved out of a mountain and runs through one too. This popular, nearly 12-mile stretch in Taiwan is spectacular, so you can expect a parade of tour buses, cars, scooters, bicyclists, and pedestrians all sharing the same narrow road and all trying to navigate blind corners and terrifying bends that look too small to fit around. If you find yourself on Taroko Gorge Road, you better hope the weather is fair. Otherwise, you might suffer through landslides, floods, and falling rocks that make sections impassable. For a road trip that's scenic and safe. Karnali Highway, Nepal. Approximately 50 people die here every year, making a drive on the 155-mile Karnali Highway in the Himalayas of West Nepal a literal death wish. It is one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Even when it's not monsoon season because the surface is extremely dusty, making visibility poor and includes narrow stretches, landslides, falling rocks, flooded sections, potholes, huge drops off steep cliffs, and significant bumpiness. Now it is only a road passable, at best, during the day as the police have banned driving at night due to the high number of fatal accidents. This highway is dangerous, but Nepal is one of the countries that are safer than you think. Chchossi, France. At 5,029 feet above sea level, Chchossi in the Rhône-Alpes region of southeastern France is a high mountain pass that starts with the famous Les Lacets de Montvernier. This special stretch is only about 2 miles long but features 17 hairpin turns as you climb up an actual cliff. There's a small concrete barrier as you zigzag upward, but this improbable road, while impossibly picturesque, is still one of the most dangerous roads in the world. As with all the roads in the country. BR-116, Rodovia de Mort, Brazil. Any highway called Rodovia de Morte or Highway of Death is bound to be one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Stretching from Fortaleza in the north of the country to the southeast edge along the Uruguay border, this 2,790-mile highway is the second longest in Brazil, and while it is advertised as being completely paved, that designation is dubious as much of BR-116 is in poor condition. But some cracked asphalt is not what makes it dangerous. Unstable weather and steep cliffs regularly cause major accidents, and because the Highway of Death passes through some of Brazil's most poverty-stricken areas, the threat of gangs lurks in several spots along this busy route. Heading to Brazil? Route 622, Svalbard Road, Iceland. The 13-mile Route 622 offers stunning views of northwestern Icelandic coastline, including the Dýrafjörður and Arnarfjörður fjords. Precariously carved under towering cliffs, the Svalbard Road links Dangeri and Lokinhammer across a region prone to avalanches, heavy snowfall, strong winds, and landslides. Expect unpaved roads, steep drops, and the loose surface of a narrow, rocky track. A 4x4 with high ground clearance will help you with some of the challenges along the way, but be careful not to take a trip on this road too lightly. Conditions are so bad between November and April that the route is completely closed. Guoliang Tunnel, China. Leave the monster truck at home for this one. The inside of this 3/4 mile long road tunnel is just 16 feet tall and 13 meters wide. You'll find it in the Taihang Mountains of Hunan Province, China. It was constructed in 1977 by 13 locals, although the reason that it took 5 years to build is that several villagers died on the job. There are 30 windows carved out of the rock, but we don't recommend stopping for a selfie. And if the thought of driving through this particular tunnel gives you chills, consider this: before it was built, locals from the village it connects to used a ladder to get back and forth. Tizian Test, Morocco. A narrow, winding road stuck to the side of Morocco's Atlas Mountains, the Tizian Test was blasted out of the rock in the 1920s and became the first modern road link between Marrakesh and the Souss Plains. The steep drops mean it's best avoided if you suffer from vertigo, and local drivers are known to whiz along with it at frightening speeds, ignoring the rules of the road followed in other parts of the world. The lack of barriers means it should only be attempted in daylight, and during the winter, landslides and avalanches occur on an almost daily basis. On the plus side, you'll enjoy beautiful views of the Atlas Mountains, the gorges of Malay Brahim, and the Souss Valley. We have reached the end of the video. How was your ride to the deadliest roads in the world? Have you ever visited any of these roads? If you are an adventurist and have visited any of the mentioned roads or experienced any other incident and you want to share with us, let us know in the comments below.